Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Rice ready to kick it off and get this game started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. So Boise State will have some work to do after that short return. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways that this guy is very dangerous.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose the...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll give it to the back. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The option look. He'll pitch it. This move just oozes confidence, going for it on fourth down from their own side of the field. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. In your own territory, fourth down, no problem at all. They just go for it again.
What about you, Reese? Are you going for that?
Yeah, man. And the Broncos have their offense in high gear. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Open runway ahead. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
And I love right out of the gate, this offense is going to be creative, and they're going to try to get their best players the football out in the open field. You saw it right there.
Hand off from the shotgun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. The Broncos line it up with a 1st and goal. On the option, the pitch. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Boise State.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So the Rice Owls offense taking the field, first chance we have to see them today. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You got to be careful. And, David, I like these guys, too, because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. And it's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Oh, and the ball is wiggled free. And looks as if the offense was able to get back on top of the football. And yes, it could have been worse, but as it is, it's a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20. Just needs a crack to get a return. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a running it, and they still can't stop it.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Still running at the 40. All kinds of room to the right. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Broncos. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point extends the lead to 16. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdown. They're just about ready to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Rice rushes to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Takes it on the return. He gets a block. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Buys a little extra time. He's going to run it. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Looking to scramble. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
When you can run the football effective and then bootleg off of it, you get the running game and everybody biting up on it, and then all of a sudden the quarterback bootlegs out to the right. I tell you what, the defense did a really good job, though, staying with it, taking away the deep pass, and coming up and holding this to a minimal gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Try to get it on the ground. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down. They give you 4 downs for a reason, and this offense decides to use every one of them.
Hey, if I had a back like that and I had this offensive line, man, I would do it too. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Roll the dice, give your guys an opportunity to go make a play, and they do.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll go to the fullback. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Broncos!
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So they move the ball 37 yards on the drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He's going to pass. Quickly complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Oh, he makes a catch. At the 40, there he goes. They get him out of bounds, but a chunk play to wrap up the 1st quarter, and this offense will carry momentum into the 2nd. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the 1st. Let's take a break and look at the 1st quarter stats. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Let's go! From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. He's going for the big play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And they got him for the sack.
I know it's early in this game, but man, this defense has had their number. They've done a great job, already built a huge lead, now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback.
And he muffs it, a loose football. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes.
I'm literally walking over to that guy. My man, thank you so much for saving my rump. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
Leaves it with the running back. And he could not get loose on the run.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
No, he just flat ran over him. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And the quarterback knew that that counter run play was going to be successful. He did a nice job counting the box before the snap. He knew he had good numbers. He knew he had good angles and blocking. So that is a green-lit play from the get-go. Hand it off, go make yards.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays, the quarterback and his unit is executing, and this defense right now, they have no answers.
Off the play fake on first down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosion. Right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
This time on target. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They keep attacking through the air. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. And the Broncos racing to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On fourth down, going to the air. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense, not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. With the run on first and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. To throw, it's Turner. And it's picked off at the goal line. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a... on the pick.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up second down. Out of the gun, the inside give. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3. Trying to pick up a first down. Off play action. Getting some heat. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And that's where they'll have to down it, just inside the 50-yard line. Boise State ready to send out that offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think...
Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
And they took a shot. I like it. Make the big play. Once you start getting closer to the goal line, you start running out of space, Jesse. Now, this big play down in the red zone in a scoring position.
Yeah, and it was a nice job, too, David, of the quarterback letting the coverage...
Touchdown, Boise State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Second down coming up. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
And I think that can be really frustrating for a defense. You're in your own end. You want to create some space, second and inches, trying to get physical, but can't get physical enough to get the first down. Now it's third down. What do you do now?
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
At the 45 on his way. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Owls are flying down the field. He'll do it himself. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
You know, this zone read play is something they rep over and over and over in practice. This guy can run it and execute it in his sleep. Good decision there keeping the football.
Floats it out in space. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And that is why this defense is so good. They get after the quarterback and get him on the ground. That's their 3rd on the day, and they're #1 in the country in sacks, and they have been a problem for every offense they've faced.
The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll go to the ground. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. They go right back to him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for an open man on second down. Snares it outside. It's Henderson. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Looking to throw on third. And good coverage there to knock. Deny the score. So now on comes the field goal unit. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. NC State delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the ACC. Trust me when I say the party is on in Raleigh. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Ruiz. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great...
Pulls it in on the left. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. The Broncos want to crank the tempo. The give to the back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The give. Oh, gave the defender the business. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll run the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Boise to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs, we got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite him.
He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget it.
And the pass hits, picked off. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And here comes the offense on second down.
42 Spider.
The play action fake. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll field the punt. And the returner will be knocked down. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Now facing a third and long from the 50-yard line.
Here we go.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Broncos will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field.
Oh, floated high, and it's intercepted.
Nice read, nice. By the defender, understanding that ball had some air underneath it, takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Back to throw, it's Turner. Looking downfield. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
The Broncos with the 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. On the move at the 30. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. If you're starting like that, now what opens up? Play action. You're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. With the ISO play, you'd think they'd get a good running start to get that block, but, boy, I tell you what, they took care of business there, the defense did.
Took care of business. You see the pulling guard come around, and the defense
Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. And the Broncos will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Slams it ahead. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back.
Touchdown, Broncos! And the beatdown has ensued. He's quite familiar with the end zone. His 75th career touchdown run.
You know, we're in the era in college football where there's a lot of running back by committee. This guy has been the bell cow. He's been the focal point of this offense. To stay healthy, to be consistent, and to reach that number is ridiculous.
Right, it just shows you how special he is, because you're right. They want to throw it all over the yard in today's college football, but they continue to give it to him because he continues to find the end zone, and again, for the 75th time.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Coming after him. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. He'll toss it. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed.
He's off to the races. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He'll toss it. Touchdown Broncos! And the route is on.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll pull it on the read. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding this. That QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that separate.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's got an open man. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Owls will have it 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Harris. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'd be interesting to see what they do to try.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Got away from trouble and got rid of it.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Turner. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That really wasn't his best throw. I tell you what, you got to choose when you're going to zip it in there and sometimes put some air underneath it. He chose the wrong one, put a little too much air underneath it. Defensive player makes the nice pick.
From the gun, running back on the move. Hard running there. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the fourth quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
Quarterback adapting. He'll pull it down. Picks up what he can and then slides.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
And the returner will be brought down. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that?
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Boise State! And the punishment has been extended. That one pushes this lead. Bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his own 20. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. To the air, it's Hurley. They'll run the screen. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him, and now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Almost had the completion, just missed it.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. They want to just keep throwing it. Gets rid of it. Another incompletion on third down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Boise State ready to send out that offense. Line gets set, first down. They'll leave it with him. Hits that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Fights off a defender. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. So third and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. Wide out in motion. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Really tough run there. He got 4. That'll leave him a yard short on fourth down. Bunch formation, trying to confuse the secondary. Goes to the option. Quick toss. Just causing wreckage in the secondary. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense.
Man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback will audible. Trying the left side. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here late.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off, accuracy has...
Fires into traffic, intercepted. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And the offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a 1st and goal after the pick. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal for the offense. Tries again to get it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
On the set.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Knocked down for the tackle.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack. And
Touchdown, Broncos! And the pummeling has started. Well, this one had all